So I really want this video to be as authentic and laid back as possible. I want it to feel like you and I are on FaceTime and we're talking about everything that has happened for the past couple of weeks / like month, almost 2 months. So much has been going on and I feel like I need to fill you guys in on why I've been so absent on YouTube. I say this all the time, and usually I do take a break from YouTube to be able to have like a mental clarity, have things that are on YouTube that portray who I am as a person. And this time around I was like, I need a break. There's just so much going on physically and mentally. So while I get you caught up on what's been going on, I have my makeup over here. I do have to film a couple of Valentine's Day reels and pictures for Instagram, so I need to get ready and I need to get this show on the road because Josephine does get out of school at 2:30 and it does seem like a really far time from now because it is like 11:30, but time flies. So I need to get this video up today and I need to actually have some like content for the weekend. So let's get into it. So the first thing that happened was that Josephine got COVID, and it's really weird how this came about because Josephine started showing symptoms on a Friday and I didn't think anything of it. I really thought that it was allergies. So the next day, which was a Saturday, I called her doctor and I was asking questions to like the nurse that they have on standby for emergencies. And because Josephine had gone to the doctor a couple times prior for allergies, doctor was assuring me that, you know, she has came in so many times for allergies. This might be just one of those episodes. It sounds exactly like all the symptoms she usually gets. So we don't think it's COVID. So I got some type of like relief and I was like, okay, it's not COVID. But then as the days were going by, I felt like everything that we were doing home remedy wise was curing symptoms except for the cough. And usually I have like a really good like idea on how to help the cough subside or like go away or make her feel a little bit better. But this cough was so bad that she was literally falling to the floor. Like she couldn't catch her breath on some of her coughs. Like she was just choking on either like the phlegm or how fast these coughs were coming back to back. So that's when I started to get scared. So we did go ahead and give her over-the-counter medicine. It's so hard because she's only 3 years old and she's so skinny. So it's not like we can give her, you know, medicine that's like 5 and up because let's say like, you know, her weight is good or her, not that her weight is not good, but like her weight is, you know, a little chunkier, but because she's so skinny and lengthy, we literally have to stick to medicine that's of her age. So as this cough is, you know, going through the week, I decided on a Friday, right? I decided to take her to urgent care because I'm like, this cough does not let her sleep at night. And I'm already getting tired of having to monitor it because at this point I had gotten sick already too. So we were going back and forth with should we take her, should we not take her? Keep in mind that the week that she was sick, it was like 20 degrees outside. So we didn't go anywhere because she was sick. I even had to order like my groceries. I had to do everything via like delivery or internet, or so I had a lot of time to stay home and just like emails, rest myself. excuse me, there was a lot going on. I had told some of you guys on Instagram that she didn't have COVID, but that was when I had spoke to her doctor, and her doctor was telling me, these symptoms sound similar. So finally, when we go to the doctor tells me that she tested positive for COVID, but on the bright side, she didn't test positive for any strep throat. She didn't have any ear infection, no throat infection, no lung infection, like nothing. We did so good at taking care of her that she didn't accumulate any infection anywhere else other than just having COVID. So we were really proud of ourselves for that, because we had literally gone a week trying different things to help her feel a little bit better, which I'm going to show you the products that we use, because if you have a little one at home that's under the age of 3, they don't prescribe you anything if she does have COVID or if he has COVID. They just tell you that you need to be doing over-the-counter medicine and humidifiers and stuff like that. So we found no relief or any antibiotics, which is what I was hoping for that Friday when I took her, is to get her some antibiotics for the cough, but they couldn't give her any. All right, guys, so this is the lineup of everything I gave Josephine while she had COVID. So I did rush and get her a multivitamin, A, B, C, D, E, B, and zinc. I know that zinc is really beneficial, and so is vitamin D when you have COVID, along with honey. This is our last resort for the cough. We didn't really like this one as much. It also really didn't work, and it also says ages 4 and up, and she's only 3, so we only gave her a little bit. And then, of course, we did try Claritin, because we were like, well, let's see if there are allergies, and it did calm down a little, but it didn't work as much as our true go-to, which is the Highlands for kids. It comes in the cold and cough daytime, cold and cough nighttime. I'm not saying that it got rid of her symptoms completely, especially at her peak of COVID. It did help though. This worked so many miracles for us, and it let us get some sleep at night, especially how she was constantly coughing in the middle of the night. And then we have, of course, we would try to give her honey, and then we would also heat up lime juice and put honey and then give it to her in a syringe. And then we also did the Lowly's Organic Throat Soothing Pop for kids. And something that's not here is the Tylenol for the fever, because every morning she would wake up with a fever. Yes, bud?
I feel better.
You feel better?
Yeah.
Yay, high five. Woo! Pound it. So it did not stop there. That is the medication what she would take for medicine, and then we have things that would make her feel a little bit better from the congestion around the mucus and nose area. We noticed she was getting a lot of phlegm, so what we did was we overnighted the Nose Frida, which is a German aspirator, and you have a tube and you suck it. I think you've seen it. If you haven't, look it up. I'll link it down below. It also comes with a saline snot spray, so this you put it in before the tube, and then all of the mucus comes out, and then you put the hose or the little tube inside their nose, and then you suck. At first I thought it was kind of weird, because I was like, well, what if you get mucus in your mouth? There's a filter, and it's this whole contraption. You don't get mucus in your mouth. And then of course they have the filters, and then I did go ahead and do the Breathe Frida vapor drops, which is eucalyptus and lavender to help them out at night. I was using this too. I would stick my face in our humidifier with these drops in, and I would feel 10 times better. Like I mentioned, my symptoms were that crazy, so I didn't take as many medications as the baby did. I would probably here and there, Javi would serve me Dayquil. I'm really not a big fan of medicine, only maybe Tylenol when I have a really severe headache, but it wasn't something unbearable. So we had to go all out for Josephine because her symptoms were really unbearable. So after we took her to the doctor, we decided that we were just gonna keep her home. The doctor did tell us that she had already passed the quarantine phase, so it was good that we already stayed home. And then she said that most likely if I was sick during the same week that she was sick, I had contacted COVID or I had got COVID from Josephine. The bright side is that Javi actually didn't get anything. Javi was in the military, so I feel, and this is just my thought process, I feel that maybe all the vaccines that they got as, you know, active duty members, maybe that's why they haven't gotten, or maybe that's why he hasn't gotten COVID. That's just my thought process. I could be wrong. But he hasn't shown any symptoms. I don't know where Josephine got COVID from, but we keep going back and forth that he could have possibly brought it home from working at the office, since he does work with so many patients. He could have got it there. She could have got it at school that Friday. We're just unsure. We're just knowing now that from literally 2 weeks ago Friday and now today's Friday, she's better. So it took about like a week for her cough, or a week and a couple days for her cough to really go away, and then another full week to feel better and to kind of be back to her normal self. We are very fortunate that Josephine didn't get any like severe symptoms like, you know, diarrhea or any of that. She did have a fever just in the morning, but I'm telling you, the medicine that we had, or the things that we were doing really helped her feel a lot better. Keep in mind, I am no makeup artist, so I do what works for me, which is basically just covering up my pimples, because that is my main focus. So that's the first thing. So Josephine and I got COVID the same week, and we had no idea, per the doctor. So if you have a gut feeling that your kid or you might have COVID, just go get tested, because you never know. We were very fortunate that it was cold and we didn't have to go anywhere, and we couldn't go anywhere. So we quarantined anyways, but you never know. So make sure you go get tested. Another update, if you follow me on Instagram, you know that I actually am still enrolled in school. It's been a long time coming. I'm like a 5-year college student, almost 6. And it's just been a long time coming because Javi was in the military and we were always moving. So I was always stopping for a little bit of time, maybe like 6 months. And then I got pregnant with Josephine, and then I stopped 6 months before, and then I stopped 6 months after. Almost like a whole year, like a whole year where I was just on and off of school. I just really wanted to enjoy Josephine as a newborn, which meant that I had to, you know, really focus on one thing. And I'm the type of person that I get extremely overwhelmed with more than one thing at a time. So now that I have been going to school more often, I've completed a lot more classes, which means I only have 3 classes left. But along the way, I actually had to retake some classes, and this last class that I took, I actually have to retake it. So that means that I have to pay for it out of pocket again, which is fine, but my co-signer for my student loans actually went on retirement, so he could no longer be my co-signer. And then Javi also recently got a loan for school, so he can't be my co-signer because they had just checked his credit, and he only got that loan in the time being until the VA gives him his money back. I don't know, maybe if you're catching up, if you get it, then great. And if not, if you have any questions, don't forget to ask me down below. But if I'm going through this really fast, it's because, like I said, I'm on a time limit. So he's waiting for the VA to give him his money back and then be able to pay off the Sallie Mae loan. But in that case, I get stuck with no co-signer, so that means I can't take any of my classes. So I'm on this like really big quiet zone where I don't know what I'm gonna do. I have a couple ideas of what could possibly happen. I'm really determined to finish these 3 classes because it's only 3 and then I graduate. I'm hoping that I can graduate, but you know, my family and I always talk about like things happen for a reason. God puts things in your way for a reason. And I'm a firm believer that instead of stressing myself out, which I normally would stress myself out in a situation like this, I decided that I was just going to embrace the break. I was just going to go ahead and take it all in. And now that I think about it, if I was going to school while Josephine had COVID and I had COVID, I don't think I would have been able to take care of her the best way that I could have. As of right now, I'm on a standstill with school, but that doesn't mean that I am done with school or that I'm not going back. It's just gonna take me a little bit more than I thought, because graduation was supposed to be in April, which is literally a couple months away, and I don't think I'm gonna be able to graduate with my, you know, class or in the date that I wanted to, because of everything financially that's going on. And I'm sure I'm not the only one that has gone through so many financial problems, especially as a young parent and a college student. So that is update number 2. Update number 3 is that Javi actually went back to school, which we touched base on the last, you know, talking about the last update. He went back to school, which means that he has to give 100% of himself to school, 100% of himself to work, and then to his family. I've been trying my best to help him as much as I can. These classes are not his normal classes. He has to take like English and math and psychology and bio. And I feel that helping him get into how to write an essay and do all that stuff has been really beneficial for him, especially because I am not going to school right now. So I've been able to help him out a little bit more. Him going back to school puts us a little bit tighter because we are waiting for the VA to approve him. He wanted to start anyways to be able to get a head start, and then we just decided we'd wait on the VA whenever they were ready to give him, you know, his benefits. But until then, we are like really tight on money, and I know you guys probably like, oh my god, she's saying that on YouTube, but it's really the truth. We decided to have a family so young that we're also building our future while we're, you know, raising our kids. So that looks a little different than most people would think it would look like. We don't have everything together. We're still building who we want to be and building our careers at the same time. And I, at the time of having Josephine, didn't think about it that way, but we really wanted to have a baby, and I'm so glad that we did, because, you know, now with my PCOS, which is life update number 4, my PCOS, I was taking Ovasitol, like this powdery substance that you put in your drink every time you drink or have water. I think it's like twice a day. And I actually wasn't relieving any symptoms for my PCOS. So it was giving me a harder time, and I was getting really sad because drinking the Ovasitol and eating, you know, right was supposed to get me my, you know, my period every month. But instead it was blocking my period, I think, because I was just spotting. So there was no sign of period. It was just spotting, and I went like that for like 3 months, and I was really getting upset. And I ended up coming across this new medication that I am taking that I'm not going to talk about just yet, because I want to make sure that it works 100% before I start talking about like my results and everything. But so far it has it's exceeded my expectations. I've got my period twice now. I've lost 10 pounds by just taking this medication, and I'm so grateful for the person who introduced me to this medication. It wasn't ideal for me. I really thought that taking this was a setback, or taking this meant that I had failed with my body, which I think I have, because I let my body go so much. Those of you who are watching who have known me in high school, I was extremely thin, but in my woman body and my adult body, I'm obviously going to change. But I also think that a lot of my PCOS symptoms were in the way of me having like some type of mentality change. Like I kept saying I wanted to have it, but it wouldn't happen. So now that I'm taking this new medication, my fatigue is gone. I get my period. I'm happier. I do a lot more. I'm not depressed. I'm not sleepy, so I don't have to take a nap. Except for when I was sick. When I had COVID, I really had to take a nap. Like I was really tired. Even being on the medication, I did feel having like a little bit of energy, but it wasn't working as well as when I didn't have COVID. So we're just, you know, going back to that now. But I definitely feel a lot better with this new medication I'm taking, and I'll go ahead and update you guys on Instagram once I see a little bit more progress, because I don't want to talk about it just yet or what it is, but just stay tuned on that. And then the fifth update is that I have been actually very fortunate to work with so many companies while I've been away from YouTube. I had no idea that I had the potential to work with companies, not just big companies, but small companies that really trust me. For example, I have been working with I had worked with a eyeglass company called Warby Parker, which is really popular here in Texas, and I was very excited that they reached out and asked me to do a collab with them. If you haven't seen that reel, make sure to go and check it out, because I think I really dedicated a lot of myself to that. I also started working with a new lip gloss company. It's like a plumping lip gloss, which I'm gonna show you in a little bit because I love it so much that I even like pack it with me. I also have that's gonna air soon. And then I have small businesses that decided to reach out to me, and I'm so excited that they trust me. If you scroll all the way down to my old YouTube videos, I did have a boutique, and I actually let that go so that I could do YouTube and Instagram and be an influencer. And I do want to say that it takes a lot to be a boutique owner. To trust someone to take photos and give them a free product is a lot of trust. And so I know how much pressure it is, and I feel like I don't want to let these companies down. So I really give it 100% of myself. Just the way I would give myself to bigger companies. I don't let anyone down in that aspect. But I'm very grateful that I've had the opportunity to kind of stay grounded and still work behind the scenes, even if you guys haven't seen me in such a long time. Since I'm already filming for YouTube, I am going to show you the cutest PR package that I got from Shop Indie Paradise on Instagram. They sent me the cutest little palm earrings for Josephine. She's always playing with my palm earrings, and I'm so happy that they send her like a little something. She also does clay earrings, so all this was handmade by her. I love it so much. Look at the turquoise. So cute. Okay, and then she got me the little cow print. And then perfect for Valentine's Day, these little hearts. And then she also put in these Valentine's Day like sprinkle pink palms as well, along with these cow print palms to go with my new boots. She did put in a custom card for me, letting me know that she said, "We included red sprinkle palms for you, your sis, and minis for Josephine." So if you're watching, thank you so much for thinking of us. She sells on Etsy, and they're very affordable, so don't miss out. I got a couple things from SHEIN that I want to share with you before I go. I chose all of these items because it is extremely cold here in Texas, so a lot of it's like a coat long sleeve type of ordeal. So let me go ahead and show you. The first item that I got is this collared sweater from the Dazy collection, D-A-Z-Y collection. And at first I really thought the collection was only for petite thin girls, and then I just took the plunge and ordered an extra large and everything from the Dazy collection, which I'm so grateful I did because it fits very oversized. This is what it looks like. It's so chunky and so warm. I can't wait to wear this. Next item is my favorite item of all time. It is the perfect oversized cardigan. I got it in an extra large. Like I said, it's still part of the Dazy collection. So long and so nice. I'm gonna try it on so that you guys can see it. So it probably doesn't go with my outfit, but it is so long and chunky and warm. So cute. I really feel that it adds like an extra layer of oomph to any outfit. Maybe even this outfit. I'm not mad about it. Another item from the Dazy collection. I just went in on that collection. In a size extra large, I went ahead and got this wraparound sweater. I was inspired to get this because I saw I Love Saraí have something similar. I'm so excited that I was able to find this because I wanted to have that outfit that I Love Saraí had. So I'm hoping to recreate that outfit with this. The next item I got is this very trench plaid coat, extremely long. I really wish I would have got it in a size large because the extra large fits extremely big, and it also comes with a belt. So if you're interested in a really long coat from the Dazy collection, I would suggest to go a size down in this coat because it is really huge. Like, it's so big. So this is what it looks like on. It is really big, but I feel like if you're going for that oversized look, then I would definitely get it. I wanted to wear it kind of open, so I didn't want to belt it. So the look I was going for required me to go a size down. But, you know, I think the only thing that I have is the sleeves that are an issue, but it's my favorite of all time. It's really thick. It has that lining just like any, you know, thick, heavy coat from like Express or Burlington were to have. So it is a really good steal for this coat. Alright guys, that was it for today's video. I actually have to run. I have to still keep working on other stuff for Instagram, but I really wanted to keep you guys updated and on the loop of all of the big and small things happening in my life. They may not be big for some people, but to me it really took a toll on my mental health and like my physical health. So I really had to stop and be like, I have to prioritize myself and my family first. I hope you guys understand. But I have more videos coming soon. So if you like today's video, don't forget to hit a thumbs up. And if you have any questions, make sure to leave them down in the description box because I'm always going to reply. So thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time, guys. Bye.